Hi Virgo, welcome back for your October reading. If you're wanting to make a booking, you can go through to the shop. The link is directly below. Also, yeah, well, I said shop. The shop is open, but the bookings are directly connected on the website. If you see a little cut on my head, that was courtesy of my daughter. She decided to throw a stick at my head. And I do know someone who's a Virgo, so they'll find that very amusing. Joy of having daughters, yeah? I got it caught on video. I should put it on YouTube. It was quite funny, actually. Okay. Now, I purchased a new deck, or new decks, I should say. I have the Animal Totem, Chakra cards, and manifestation cards around Abraham Hicks. And this came about because of a few scenarios through readings that had cropped up and how we can manifest aspects of our fears, not just what we're physically wanting to happen at a positive level, but at a negative level as well. And some aspect is important and relative to you in a sense of your blocks connected to what you think you can have and your forward movement. Now, I didn't want the readings to be like all the traditional ones on YouTube connected to, I don't know, cheating, beating and all the rest of it. It's, you know, we do have power connected to what we want to co-create in our life, and we do have an aspect of a responsibility connected to what we're wanting to happen in the future, what we vibrationally accept, what is our benchmark, how we're changing. And this year being a number one has been heavy as last, but very different. And again, it's sort of highs and lows connected to, and I've even noticed it with the aspect of the booking history. You know, you'll have those deeper months where people are needing that guidance and support, and then there's other months where, you know, the work is being done, so the energy is flowing through. So they're directly connected to blocks, aspects that crop up in a sense from your past. And this year has been about fine-tuning who you are to the core as a person. Relationships have been relevant, but although your mind is wanting them, the number one is, in a way, pushing you to focus on you as a whole. So it's not just the relationships that you currently end up being in. It's more building that relationship with yourself and who you are to the core, what your expectations are, what you will and won't tolerate. This can be at work, it can be within your friendships, your family, how you directly communicate, associate, deal with hurdles. All of those aspects come up this year. And I'll probably start coughing, so I might take my jacket off so I don't have a coughing fit. I got better and then I got the end of it again. And funny enough, it hit me in the Aries video, which last month was not completed. Now, connected to work for you guys, I'm actually feeling it's coming into hollow. And this is for those of you who do work and don't work. Don't get paranoid if you're not working and you're thinking, hey, this isn't relevant. This is directly relevant for you. Because there is an aspect of who you are to the core don't forget that, because it's not over yet. That's what I'm being shown. And there are some things that you are going to dream, that you're wanting to achieve, that are yet waiting for you. And those things are going to happen. And I'm very much being shown that you have a very successful, positive future ahead of you in your career, that any temporary pause is very much a temporary pause. And you do have this fire in your belly at the moment that is really aching to get back out there. Where you're wanting to start doing something very passionately, where it's very different. And sorry for the dust flying around, I think it's dust. So you're wanting to do things very differently. Okay. Now, I'm feeling as though for you, you're going to find October amusing. It feels like you're being a fly on the wall and you're watching things play out and you're finding them extremely funny. I do feel your stirring ways coming about in an amusing sense with the way you're putting a grain somewhere and watching a snowball occur, but you're finding it amusing and you're enjoying the show, so to speak. Some dreams that you wanted, again, I'm being shown, don't give up on them. They're not over, they're still coming. Finances for you are going to start getting a lot better. Even by having less, you've actually found in life you've had more. And your planning in the future is going to be quite big, in a sense that you do know what you're wanting to create, where you're wanting to go, and how you want your world to look. Next year is boding very well. And like, don't get bogged down thinking, well, what about this year? That's not to say it's not happening this year, but I'm very much feeling the dream is that large that it's really pushing into motion by next year, where it's coming to fruition. So the way you're going to deal with people at the moment in October is going to be through people being of different cultures, different styles, different opinions, different values. And you're going to have, I do feel a lot of socialization, and it's almost opening up the old you, where I wouldn't say psychoanalyzing, but you're really digging to the core of the meat of the conversations. And it's really stirring your brain. Your brain is a very intelligent brain, and you really have this craving for knowledge. You very much are a fly on the wall, and you're quite happy to assess situations, and you absorb information very well. So on the work front, for those of you who are working, you're going to absorb this information very quickly, and it's going to be to your benefit. Okay, the way you actually find solutions connected within this month, connected to individuals, connected at work, connected in relationships, you have a fine mind at the moment to actually sort situations. So you're going to find people are really pivoting towards you for your advice and seeking you out, where you have a very old soul. And the reason these people come to you is A, for clarity, and B, for your learnings of what you've learned in your life, because you have had some very hard lessons. You are very quiet at the moment, but it's not to say you're not assertive. You can be assertive when needing to be. And you will cut to the chase, and it's black and white in many scenarios. I do feel there will be a Cancerian individual or a water sign around you who you're going to ground, and they're going to come to you for advice for some shape or form. This could be a friend, it could be a parent, but they're of a water sign. They are feeling emotional, but you do know you can tap into their energy if necessary to calm their energy, and it might be you physically thinking of them and taking a deep, calm breath, and you can actually calm their energy. So the tone you speak, you know, towards this person when they're agitated, the vibration and the frequency you're sending out can actually calm their energy. So use the tools that you know you can to diffuse situations where needed. You have your chakra card in reverse. Now, you're not getting the guidance you needed connected to a road you're wanting to take. So a lot of it you're having to visually see in your mind's eye, or guess, or really think on your feet, connected to how you're going to do certain things, how you're going to handle, and this could be for some of you, transport, how you're going to get from A to B because the car's not home on time, or what time do you need to get ready for the interview. So it's, and then, you know, the interview then has changed and it's brought forward. So you're really going to have to think on your feet in October connected to this. But your perspective, your clarity, and your truth will definitely change in October. So the way you see things from last month to October is going to be completely different. Okay. You do have someone around you at the moment who has a very heavy energy, and it might be really frustrating you. You actually do have power over this situation, and you can bring the power back into balance, where you can help this person see something from a very positive standpoint. It's like you're being an educator in some shape or form. And again, this could be a water sign yet again. Okay, for some reason you put your needs on the back burner, and this might be, you know, strategic in a sense of, you know, that that's the way it needs to be temporarily, and that's fine. But your mind is so fertile, you are very focused on family, but you must focus on yourself as well, because you can't give to yourself. If you don't give to yourself, you can't give to others. So it's saying you don't close your eyes to that aspect of yourself. You still require yourself to have your dreams, your passions, your goals. Don't put yourself second. It's not saying put yourself first at all times. It's just saying don't continuously put yourself last, because you'll burn the candle at both ends and there'll be nothing to give. Okay, you need to speak less and listen more, which is what I said you'd be doing this month, which I do think you do. But the reason this card's come up isn't more at a judgment factor. It's more that you're going to hear something that is going to be relevant, important, and to your benefit. Okay, you have this out of balance at the moment, and it's you picking what is relevant and important to you. And again, that's a few times it's come up of you actually focusing on yourself. So it might be that people are being very needy connected to you, and this could be your schedule, it could be your work pairs, it could be your manager, because you're such a multitasker and able to handle different energies. Try and keep the balance, because you will wear yourself out and you will get resentful, and we don't want that now. Okay, romance for couples. I just see a car and it's going back and forward. Home is very much, as I've said in the other zodiac signs, in highlight this month. And this can be because there's going to be changes at the home front. Could be decoration, could be moving furniture around, additions to the family. It might be that you're looking at the way in which you use the home and how you can manipulate it a little bit more, or you might just be spending more time on the home front. Or too much time on the home front, however it directly relates. But it feels more a change directly connected to home. So if you were spending a lot of time at home, if you're a parent, for instance, and you're at home, it feels more there's a change connected to home. So it's changing up. So yes, I can see you both within the relationship being very, very busy. I do see a day where you didn't want to go, but you're really going to enjoy it, to a location. It feels more on your partner's side than your side. But it was an unexpected trip, so to speak. But it's going to be enjoyable nevertheless. Partner. Okay. Your partner is dealing with aspects connected to their family where they're having to learn a lot of lessons. A lot of these lessons you've already physically learnt. So very much, as I've said in previous videos, because this does keep coming up, is that you've learnt it. You're an asset to them because you're helping them patiently learn an aspect connected to family. So this is a cycle that is changing and ending, and that's very healthy because it means that your partner's actually directly healing connected to this. You feel very disconnected when they're going through this, and it does make it hard, but you do realise that it's not directly connected to you, it's directly connected to their energy field of them healing. So you're mature enough to know that it is not directly connected to you, although it does directly impact you, as it does vice versa. and you feel some aspects connected to this are unfair, but you're working with it in the first week especially. But there may be words connected to your feelings of how you feel the energy is out of balance. Choose your words very carefully, connected to your partner, because they're extremely sensitive on feeling. And I don't feel sensitive in a sense that it's selfish. I feel more sensitive in a sense that they're tired, or they didn't mean it in that way. So be cautious the way you're handling the energy so that they understand why you're feeling the way you do. Your partner does get worried connected to they're dealing with this. They're thinking that you can't see aspects of their pain and frustration connected to external parties. But you can, but they fear that connected to their energy, it's affecting you that much that they're worried that you will not stay committed. But you are very balanced connected to this. And even connected to finances, I do feel there might be somebody wanting to borrow from the both of you in the month of October, but you're going to keep the balance connected to this of what you can afford, not what their expectations are. But both of you have great courage and have worked very hard within the relationship, and you're going to continue to move forward. Some of the way your partner has felt is that in their life they've had to be this person, they've had to step up and help external family members from their direct family, which has really caused them, in a way, what they're not seeing as yet is who it's made them today. What they will see is that, but at the moment while they're going through that energy, it's just sheer frustration. Okay, they're really planning connected to work, connected to how they want to directly relate to you, where they're wanting to go in the future. So although they're dealing with that energy, they're also looking at the future and saying, well, that's an aspect of me, but that's not all of me, and I do know where I need to go. Okay, they are really using their intuition connected to this, you know, for moving forward. They're feeling that intuition aspect of them. There may be aspects of them being very spiritual or very psychic, where they're seeing the future of how they're needing to travel forward. Okay, you're making choices directly connected to the relationship, which are very adult-like. So again, it's coming through that you have that aspect of great maturity and a very old soul. You do at times feel that it is out of balance and that, you know, you really do need more out of this situation. But you're trying to take the playful approach as well as being the fly on the wall to see how things change. And due to this, it has given you power in the situation because it's made you a very patient, strong person. You are passionate about your partner though. And there could be children directly connected to this where, you know, and it's in reverse. So you might be feeling it's directly connected to children or vice versa, but really what it's about is it's their childhood, not the child as such, if that makes sense. Okay, pull 3 cards and then we'll go on to the singles. The feeling I get is there's a lot of multitasking going on. You do have a very busy month. I do see a new car for some of you, or car on the subject of needing repairs or needing an upgrade. And again, you know, any forward movement, you may find this actually happens in the new year. Okay. So this person is your soulmate, and at times when they need you, they will call upon you to actually help you within this relationship. But both of you are very independent, which is probably why you're giving the balance to each other to do that healing. You're both trying to do the internal work, as I said, and it is directly linked to family and your childhood on both sides. And because of that, this is why this relationship is so strong. Okay, singles. What's going on with you guys? Okay, you've got a few blocks and it's really coming up in the first week. The first week, this is really strange. This could be connected to assets. It could be connected to your job. You're being blocked and it's from an ego base. Okay, so you're moving into the month feeling quite blocked. Now, I do feel energetically for some of you, this is directly connected to the past, from a past relationship, and a new healing.